And good evening on First Tonight at 6. Continuing coverage on this video from Lakewood that's gone viral. Police there still looking for the man seen in the video punching another man in the side of the head at a 7-year-old's baseball game, knocking that man to the ground. And this all started after parents and coaches upset about some of the calls made by the umpire. Get this, the umpire just 13 years old. The bad behavior of the adults at this game, the parents and the coaches, highlighting a problem in youth sports all over this country. Overly emotional parents who are driving referees, umpires away from these games. Besides, Andy Cohen just back from Lakewood today with the latest on this investigation and the bigger problems that this video is bringing to light with youth sports, Andy.
But one of the reasons there was a 13-year-old serving as umpires because no one else really wants to do it. There's a shortage of referees and umpires in Colorado, and one big reason is they don't want to put up with the abuse coming from the stands. The worst of youth sports was on full display this weekend as parents and coaches got into a fist fight at a ball game for 7-year-olds.
You could see those children run off the field as their parents and coaches start fighting each other, and it's really disheartening to see that.
One person suffered serious bodily injuries, 5 were cited for disorderly conduct, and officers are still looking for another man who could be facing assault charges.
It is a national crisis.
The melee shines a bright light on a troubling trend in youth sports, a shortage of officials, brought on in part by abusive behavior coming from the stands. CHSA reported last fall they have hundreds fewer refs today than they did just 8 years ago.
It's hard to get people to do it, especially now seeing a situation like this. It makes people who were reluctant to do it even more reluctant.
The nonprofit Gold Crown Center in Lakewood trains about 600 refs a year. They see this shortage too and are trying some creative solutions.
We offer professional development for the officials. We're trying to do conflict resolution training, so we're trying to do what we can.
They'll hold a referee appreciation week and have silent games where fans are asked to only clap and not cheer or heckle.
We're trying different avenues, trying different things. We definitely want to be part of the solution.
But they're only one venue in an ever-growing field.
I think what most of these events should do is have a policy in place, no conduct or bad policy with parents and coaches and players.
The Lakewood police said they received hundreds of tips about the identity of the man in the white shirt and teal shorts, but they have not made contact with that individual yet. They continue to ask the public if they recognize people in the video to call them and help identify them. Watching out for you, Andy Cohen, News 5.